Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So remember, I like to switch it up. I'm going to go ahead and do another week where you just choose whatever deck that you're drawn to, and then next week I'll do the category. All right, so starting with deck number 1, could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Or is it in deck number 2? Could your story or message be here in deck number 2? Or is it in deck number 3? Could your story or message be here in deck number 3? Alright, so I hope you have made your selection, and we'll go ahead and begin with deck number 1. Alright, you have the 8 of water, the 6 of water, the Emperor, the Chariot, the 2 of earth, then you have the overall energy as the 7 of air, the Queen of fire, and the High Priestess. Alright, so it is looking as if maybe there is some bit of deception and secrets around you. There could be deception in regards to a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then also it just kind of seems like maybe your intuition is like trying to reveal something to you. Your dreams, like your hidden enemies or someone that has wronged you, could reveal themselves in your dream, whether it's, you know, a coworker, a past lover, a parent, whoever. But it is possible that your enemies will be revealed to you in a dream. I feel like you're also maybe needing to detach yourself from your current situation so that you can look at it objectively and then make a level-headed or clear-cut decision. Be careful that you aren't self-sabotaging your own self, which is what 7 of air or 7 of swords can also represent. So yeah, be cautious of that. Now, another thing I'm seeing too is that there could be someone in your energy that is getting readings on you, trying to find out information on you. This person is likely lurking or keeping tabs on you. It could be an ex, but I also kind of feel like it is just someone who maybe is not feeling you. Maybe this is someone who is petty or jealous. It also could be the ex of another person. So let's say you're in a relationship, maybe someone's ex is just like bothering you or keeping tabs on you from a distance, watching you from a distance rather. Like even though they aren't together anymore, she still feels some type of way and she's still taking her anger out towards you. Yeah, I kind of get that energy, like somebody is watching you who you have nothing to do with. So coming up, I feel like you are maybe feeling a little lost. You also could have felt like something was stolen from you, and maybe it was. And you're feeling lost or out of place. There's an indication that you feel like, letting go. So something is causing you to have some sort of emotional transformation here. But if you do find out that somebody has been deceptive towards you, maybe it is good that you walk away or let that person alone. If this is about something that has been stolen from you or taken from you, there's a strong possibility that it will be returned to you. Maybe you have been looking for something, you couldn't find it. Even if it's something electronic like a password, or you couldn't find your password to something, I feel like there could be it could be returned to you, or you find it, whatever it is that was stolen from you or that you lost. And then like about that self-destruction, you could have also hidden something from yourself. And so, you're like, dang, what did I do with it? And now you're just kind of upset with yourself because you tried to hide something, but you also hid it so good that you forgot where you put it, or you can't find it anymore. So yeah, be cautious about that. There is still some sort of past energy being associated with your reading. So that's another thing, is that if you aren't the one that has been feeling lost or misplaced, then it could be that somebody feels that way without you. Maybe someone has felt lost or lonely without you. I do feel that you also have maybe a soulmate or someone that you're connected to. The energy is still kind of sneaky or deceptive. It could just be that this person is, if this person is into metaphysical things, they definitely could be visiting you in dreams, doing some kind of astral traveling. But I feel like there is someone that is in your energy from your past. And this person is also being very strategic in regards to what their next move is going to be towards you. So if they've been watching you and, wanting to come forward, but just taking their time, at some point it seems like they will approach you and come forward. This is also someone who has that mentality of, I won't give up. So even if someone feels like they've been knocked down, they're going to get back up. So that could be for a love situation, but that could also apply to you. Like I was saying earlier, if you have been feeling like you give up, you're like, I don't know what else to do, maybe it's time for me to move on, and you're losing your faith in something. Something happens where your faith gets restored, your strength, and you do want to take your power back. And you're like, no, I don't give up. I do want to keep going. And then you end up pursuing or continuing to pursue whatever it is that you were on a path of, but maybe with a new plan in place. Now, the sevens also could be significant for you. But usually anytime I see sevens, I feel like that is about kind of taking a step back and looking at everything around you. Making sure that you are understanding your decision before you make it. Yeah. So something's going on where you do make some sort of decision to move forward. You also are putting yourself first and having to detach emotionally in regards to decisions that you make. So, like I said, here we're starting off being very emotional about something. And then you kind of take your power back. You're like, okay, let me put my big girl panties on, my big boy panties on. Oops, not big boy panties. But you know, and just kind of take charge of the situation. You're like, no, I'm not going to let this situation run me. I'm going to take advantage of it, or I'm going to repackage something. And you just kind of like get everything back in order and charge forth. Now, I still feel like you're going to be dealing with some sort of loopholes or challenges. Something seems like it keeps getting in your way. So you're going to have to strategize how to overcome some sort of weird obstacle that's in your way. It kind of feels like maybe there's something that you're trying to do, and then it's like a catch-22 that has you kind of like looping back or running around in circles, and you're like, but I just went to this place and they told me I need to come here in order to do this. Now you guys are telling me that I need to go back there because I don't have, you know, XYZ, and you keep getting like some sort of runaround. So I feel like if you are experiencing some sort of runaround, the only way I can say it is like you're going to have to outsmart whatever this is. You know, it's just like, hey, you know, put your thinking cap on, and, you know, figure out a way to overcome or defeat whatever this obstacle is that's trying to block you from achieving your goals. Now, it also could be, too, that you keep having second thoughts or second guessing yourself right after you have decided on something. I don't know what happens. You let somebody get into your head, or you get into your own head and, you know, just start having second thoughts about something. So I would just encourage to keep pushing forward once you've made up your mind with something. The other thing is that it could be that finances are the cause of something. Like maybe you want to do something, but your finances are unstable. That's preventing you from getting ahead or doing something that you're wanting to do. Or maybe you're wanting to take a trip, but, you know, just finances keep getting in the way of something. I'm getting something too about an authoritative figure. It could be that someone is no longer wanting to work in an environment where there are lies and deception, especially if you're like a police officer or a security guard. Maybe you're not wanting to, something isn't starting to sit right with you. Yeah. Or if you've been some sort of a gatekeeper, it just kind of seems like maybe you're not wanting to do something anymore, and maybe wanting to break some sort of a cycle. Now, some of you maybe have been feeling lost, or like you have a lack of purpose. It also could be that you're at some sort of a crossroads. feel that there is a desire to find your calling. You're like, what is my calling? I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Is this the direction that I should be going in? It just seems like you might feel a little lost on your path. Okay, looks like something. I'm trying to see if this is incoming or if this is leaving. So I feel like there's either incoming something in regards to a fire sign, or they're leaving. It also could be that you had a conversation with someone that left you feeling lost or made you kind of question your life. It doesn't have to be like a romantic connection or conversation, but maybe someone said something so profound that it just kind of like made you feel like, what am I doing? You know? And so I feel like you're questioning the path that you're on. And maybe you also could feel like you're living a lie. Maybe it's hard for you to let go of the past. Excuse me, something that has ended, or something does feel a little bit like an anchor. Like you're trying to float away or move on from a situation, but there's an anchor on your ankle. Something seems like it's pulling you back down. It just could be emotional ties to the past that prevent you from growing or moving forward. And it could also indicate that there is someone that feels this way about you. Maybe someone is just having a hard time letting you go or moving on. They just want to hold on. They value the past and just want to hold on to it. Someone definitely could be holding on to old messages and going through those messages and just like reviewing old conversations. Yeah, so this is about more so being stuck in the past. You also might feel stuck in your career, or just stuck or anchored in life. Just wanting to get to your purpose, but it feels like there's a dome over you. I feel like you want your power back. Maybe you feel consumed by your career, or consumed by a relationship, or a draining relationship. Yeah, something's going on where I feel like you are wanting your power back. Maybe you feel like you're being restricted at your job. If this is in regards to an unhealthy relationship or a connection, it could be that that's what you're trying to break away from, is that unhealthy connection. Or if you're still stuck in this relationship, I feel like whoever you're dealing with could be very controlling and manipulative, possessive, someone who is just wanting to dominate you. I feel like at some point you are wanting to take a stand to whatever this is, including if something goes against your ethics or your morals. I feel like you want to take a stand against it. I also feel like in a love situation that someone is trying to control you in the dark, and especially more so through use of spell work or magic. Someone is trying to control you, control your life, or bind you, or prevent you from moving on from them or moving forward in life. I feel like this person wants you stuck. This can also be anybody who wants your position, or anybody who is highly envious of you in the negative sense. Negative sense, I'm not talking about playful envy. I mean, like somebody is seriously envious to the point where they are being driven to doing dark or unfair things to you, trying to pull you back so that they can get ahead. And it also seems like maybe someone has an unfair advantage over you. I also feel that maybe you're needing to take the high road, even if you do need to outsmart something deceptive that's happening to you, or like someone's trying to manipulate you. I feel like you're going to have to outsmart the manipulator, but at the same time taking a high road. Someone is definitely trying to deflate you, knock you down, and prevent you from rising or moving on. Yeah, it's some kind of extreme envy. You also might be in a silent war with someone, or it could be spiritual for you, like it's a spiritual war going on and you're fighting, and it just feels like there's a lot of odds against you. There could also be some sort of on-off again situation with an earth sign or a fire sign. Like maybe one minute you're with an earth sign, and next minute you guys break up and you're with the fire sign, and this is something that is ongoing. So I'm also seeing a situation where there is deception or cheating, where somebody is juggling two people, and they're being dishonest about what they're doing. It feels like someone is trying to maintain two relationships and trying to work things out with both parties. It's like somebody's trying to work something out with you, and they're also trying to work something out with the other person. So in a sense, this is someone who's also being greedy and wanting to hold on to everybody, having their cake and eat it too. I feel like a cycle needs to end, or maybe things can't continue the way they are. Like there needs to be some sort of a change. Even if you say you have moved on from somebody or you even block somebody, it just still feels like maybe somebody keeps trying to return. I feel like you're also needing to be patient because whatever situation you're in where you feel stuck or trapped, that cycle will eventually come to an end. I'm seeing something about traveling. Now, it could have been that someone has been blocked or restricted from traveling or relocating. But I do feel like somebody is going to get to travel or leave. I feel like I'm seeing somebody looking out of an airplane and looking down at the land beneath them. So somebody also could be leaving, but they're doing it in secret. But even so, I feel like somebody is having a hard time leaving. Maybe there's crooked authoritative figures that don't want somebody to leave. Yeah, I feel like just keep fighting and don't allow yourself to, be turned down for something that you feel is right. All right, so let's see what messages there are for deck number 2. All right, you have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the World, the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Wands, overall energy, the Star, the Four of Cups, and the Moon. All right, so overall energies. All right, so something is looking as if like your faith is being restored, or you're being told to keep your faith, to keep your head up in regards to certain things that are happening. Also, like to keep an open mind. Maybe something appears bad, but it's really a blessing or something that you prayed for, like an answer to your prayers. And it also looks like initially you were harboring some sort of deep wounds, and then you opened up and maybe shared or talked about it. especially on a platform. And it seems like you're airing out your soul. It almost seems like because you aired out your soul or you revealed certain things or allowed yourself to be vulnerable, it caused something to come to an end. So, I mean, maybe that is something that you were needing to do, is to release some sort of heavy burden that you were carrying, or by releasing that burden, it transformed you. Definitely seems like something was the straw that broke the camel's back. If you are also someone who is just like very selfless, and you're always helping or lifting other people up or putting your energy into a lot of people, I kind of feel like it's time for that burden to go. Like maybe you've done enough. I feel like it is time to start a new chapter in your life. It's time for a new adventure. And so in order to move forward, it does seem like you have to dump a lot of stuff from your soul. You're like, oh, we can't move on with carrying all these heavy emotional burdens. They have to be released. And it's like after you release it, you immediately feel lifted or lighter, and just kind of ready to move forward. There are still things happening that cause you to have doubts. Something's going on where you're allowing yourself to be isolated by your own thoughts or some sort of negative thinking, maybe opinions, maybe they're your own thoughts, but whatever it is, I feel like you can't allow yourself to get trapped by those thoughts. You have like a similar energy to deck 1, whereas it feels like maybe someone does not want you to move on. Like every time you're breaking free from a situation, something happens that like tries to contain you or block you. And then you also may have something going on with a fire sign, or maybe you are a fire sign and needing to just be more assertive or take your power back and move forward. So it also seems like this could be about someone who can't stop thinking about you, being plagued by your thoughts, unless you feel this way about somebody. Like you can't stop thinking about this person. It just seems like you're needing to overcome some sort of obstacles that you're dealing with. Now also there could be anxiety in regards to someone who's being detained. Maybe you know somebody or people that have been detained, or someone who went traveling and now they're detained. So it kind of feels like maybe someone is being detained in another country or in a place far from home. and definitely could be somebody that you care about. I don't think it's you because you're watching a reading, but I feel like there is someone around you or someone that you know that is being detained. So again, I'm just kind of going back to the energy of you keeping an open mind in regards to whatever is going on in your life right now. Because whatever is happening is something that you prayed for. This is the universe just like either protecting you, especially too if you do feel like you're being blocked or restricted from something. Maybe that's the universe like, no, we're looking out for you. You know, we're protecting you. We're keeping you away from something. And maybe you want to break free and the universe is like, no, stay put for a minute until the storm passes or until this happens. Then we'll set you free. And it does kind of look like maybe you are being set free or released. Something could be a temporary hold. It seems like you could be going through some sort of transitionary period, and the universe is like trying to protect you. I almost want to say too, even if somebody got released from their job, it does sound unfortunate for sure. But somebody could have been working themselves to death or, you know, causing some sort of injury to themselves, like causing some sort of back injuries or mental distress. And the universe knew that you wouldn't just stop. So the universe is like, this person is going to run themselves into the grave. Like, we're going to put a stop to this. So whatever is happening, it seems like this is like for your own good or for your protection. It's like, this is like a higher realm. And I feel like this is about like looking out for you. Or even if this is like representing guardians of the universe, angel protectors of humanity, it's like this is for protection. So something could be for a good cause, even if it doesn't seem like it. It also could be time for someone to move or relocate. Yeah. I feel like you're definitely dealing with endings. Either you have been doing too much or you've done enough and it's just like that's done. This burden is done. You also could have been dealing with someone with bad intentions. So in a love situation, maybe you had met someone and, you know, all of a sudden this person is removed from your life in some way. That could be for your protection. Maybe this person did not have good intentions. Maybe this person was going to be hell on wheels. You know, just whatever the case. So it's likely good that this person was removed from your life. Also, if you felt like holding on to some sort of messages or information was a burden, I feel like it's time for you to be relieved of that burden. This continues to explain how you're being removed or released from a situation. You also could be cutting ties with someone, or choosing to no longer communicate with someone. There could be several people that are being removed from your life. Now, it also kind of looks like someone shares something publicly and then deletes it or removes it. There's also the possibility of, because of certain things that are shared on social media, gets someone removed or be put in like Facebook jail. I feel like you're leaving behind so many people. And all of these people could have been obstacles in your life. I don't know who these people are. Could have been your boss, could have been co-workers, a relationship, but it just seems like, it is time to move on from this energy here. It feels too like this is about you becoming purified, or your situation needed to be purified. Yeah. Now, you also might feel guilty for deciding to move on from people or remove people from your life if you're the one that did it. But I feel like there's no need to feel guilt. Now, it is possible too, like I was saying, somebody maybe says things to you that gets into your head. It kind of feels like this person could be manipulative, or they have a way of saying things that make you doubt yourself or doubt your decisions. Feels too like somebody can't stop thinking about the last conversation they had with you, or vice versa. I'm also getting the energy of someone who does things and then leaves the scene like they're innocent. There could still be some sort of unresolved emotional wounds that you have with a fire sign, or someone who's just very bossy. And then two, I feel like your intuition is trying to show you who your enemies are. Your guides or your intuition is trying to reveal something to you. You might initially not believe it or have doubts, but it does seem like it will be confirmed to you who your enemies are. There's someone too that you might be very suspicious about, someone that you don't fully trust. I feel like you're wanting to stay away from that person. All right, so moving on to deck number 3. All right, you have the Queen of Wands, Strength, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles, Page of Wands, overall energy, King of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Two of Swords. All right, so either you feel disconnected from an earth sign or they feel disconnected from you. I feel that someone has been trying to block the other person. I'm trying to figure out who's been trying to block who. And finally, the blockage leads to a separation. In a love situation, it looks like you have options. There could be multiple people in your energy. And it seems like you would maybe feel torn between who to choose. Even if you weren't necessarily focused on love, it just kind of seems like two people kind of come into your life around the same time and could be, in a sense, competing for your attention. One person could be an ex or someone who you don't trust, but this person is trying to show up in your energy. They're trying to maybe come back in or have a conversation with you or get you to open up to them. Definitely seems like there is somebody who wants to start over. So I feel like one person is new and one person is from the past. The person from the past wants to, like I said, try to work on things or fix things so that they aren't the same as they were in the past. And then the new person, I feel like the new person is more so wanting to establish a new foundation with you. They want to build with you. They want to grow with you. They likely want to take things slow. You could also be introduced to someone at work, or maybe there is a connection that happens that starts off as a professional situation. It starts off on a professional level, and then the next thing you know, maybe there's a little bit of chemistry there or some sort of romance. It does seem like there could be a potential connection that is coming off very intense and heated. I feel like someone is also very fiery when it comes to their speech. They could be an air sign, but I feel like the energy is more like fiery. They're just like popping off at the mouth. They say whatever is on their mind with no regrets. And also the things that they say can cause damage. Now, this also could be your energy because you have such a fiery speech, or there's something very powerful about the way you deliver. If this is about creativity, it's a good thing. Like, maybe you do have the power to transform people through your creativity. Maybe you are stirring up some sort of an attention to yourself, but it's for your talents. And you could be attracting people who actually want to build or work with you based on some sort of talent that you have. So yeah, speaking of creativity, that's another thing that could be going on, is that you're just kind of tapping into your creative side this week. You also could be creating some sort of startup company or working on your passion project. I feel like you're doing something that you love, or you're finding a way to blend two things that you love together and make it one unit. You're like, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to take my love of photography and merge it with my knowledge of technology, and I'm going to do this. And so I kind of feel like you're creating some sort of third energy, but it's coming out of, love and things that you're passionate about. And you're also being very courageous. I feel like you're making bold and courageous moves. The things that you're saying or doing definitely could be stirring up attention. And also, if you do have some sort of untapped hidden potential gift, I feel like you're tapping into that, and it's like very transformative for you and the people around you. Like, maybe you didn't realize how fire you were at something. You're like, man, I didn't know that I would be this gifted and able to do XYZ. So I feel like your courage is paying off, and it seems like you are just really driven, and your will could be activated, your willpower, your drive seems to be pushing you forward. I feel like you're also like being a visionary and looking into the future and pursuing certain things that you've been wanting to do. There also could be some sort of financial opportunities coming your way. Maybe someone is recognizing you and for what you're able to do and wants to pay you. And that's the same thing for, like, if you filled out some sort of applications, you definitely could be standing out or Maybe you could be recruited by a company because they see the value in you and they see that you would be an asset to their company. Or if this is about two independent individuals working together, it doesn't matter. I feel like they see you. They're like, hey, I see you had this business. I offer this. Maybe we can work together and build. So there could be some sort of a business marriage taking place. You guys could be birthing your business baby together. Now, going back to some relationship stuff, though, I feel that somebody is feeling maybe tempted by you or seduced by you. Like they think you're a charmer. Like you're coming off as this charmer. And it is making me think of the guy that plays like the flute, and the snake is like rising up and, you know, doing this little dance. I kind of feel that you have that ability when it comes to charming people, because someone is trying to set a boundary with you. Likely it could be because they're in a relationship, but it could be some other factors too. But it looks like this person is like trying to create a boundary with you. And this person is very strong-willed and very disciplined, but I kind of feel that you're able to sway this person over to you. And this person is paying attention to you. So if somebody was trying to set a boundary with you, I feel like you kind of like charmed your way into their life. And two, it doesn't necessarily mean that, let's say you don't know somebody's in a relationship. You've just been flirting with somebody or being very charming with this person. I kind of feel like you aren't aware that you're luring this person towards you. Or maybe this is just your nature. Like you don't even realize that you have like this seductive or sultry nature. But it is alluring and, you know, drawing people to you. So it could be intentional, but it also could be unintentional. But I do feel like you could be coming off as like some sort of a snake charmer. So again, I just kind of feel like you also could potentially be learning something new or kind of playing around with this new skill or gift that you have, or realizing that you have this gift or this skill. And I feel like it's benefiting you financially, or it has the ability to. If you felt like you had to be dependent on someone, like you were codependent, you needed this or you needed that, something is indicating that you're gaining your independence back. Also, the clarifiers are talking about that situation again, about somebody kind of feeling drawn to you, but they're trying to set a boundary with you. And definitely seems like it's somebody that you work with or have a professional relationship with. You might find yourself doing some kind of negotiating, trying to come to some sort of terms to something, or some sort of fair agreement where everybody is on the same page. There's a good sense of cooperation that you could experience this week. Something or someone is giving you like a surge of confidence. If you've been quiet on social media, or quiet, or distant at work, or quiet at work, I feel like somebody's looking for you. So I don't know if you moved into another location at your job, or another department, or if you just have not been socializing on social media, but it feels like someone is looking for you. Whoever has been trying to keep their guard up is allowing themselves to be vulnerable, or they're opening up about something. Also, someone was maybe trying to hold their tongue back or be quiet about something, but I see this person communicating or talking about it. Now, at some point, I feel like you are going to have like a dilemma where you're just like, I could do this or I could do this. It's like the universe is gifting you opportunities. You have some sort of choice to make. And whatever choice this is, I feel like you need to be confident in what you decide. I feel like own it. Like you just need to own it. I kind of feel like there is an earth sign that is wanting to pursue you. I don't know if you don't trust this person, or if they come into your presence, if you're going to be guarded towards them or not trust them off the bat. That's what it kind of feels like. You want to keep somebody at arm's length. Especially if you think they have a relationship or a family. If you're in an existing relationship, there could have been some destruction, some things that transpired in your relationship, but I feel like you guys are on a path to rebuilding. Maybe that also strengthened your relationship. Business-wise, I also feel like you could be working on something in secret. Some sort of passion project. You're like, oh, I'm not telling anybody what I'm doing. I'm just going to reveal it. Yeah, there could be a fear of jinxing something, or just a fear of someone, sending bad energy your way, bad juju. And I feel like because of that, you're going to keep something quiet or secret. Feels too like somebody's been trying to relay a message to you in a dream, especially a mother or a mother figure. Those of you that have been struggling with conception or, conceiving, I kind of feel like if you suspect being pregnant, you don't want to tell anybody because you don't want to jinx it. You also might receive some sort of personal or private invite to something, especially if it's career related. I feel like you're also just needing to use discernment when making any type of important decisions that you have coming up. Because it does show that you have options or you have a choice to do something. And you should use discernment. There could be anxiety, in regards to a fire sign. There could be someone that is struggling to gain confidence to speak to you. All right, going back to your passion project or something, some sort of creative thing that you're doing, that you're probably working on in the dark or in private. I feel that maybe you're kind of nervous about it, or you don't quite want to share what it is that you're working on. Maybe people are questioning you or wanting to see something, and you want to share it, but you can't. It also could be some sort of changes getting ready to happen with your career on a positive note, but it's like you can't talk about it yet. I'm seeing money come into your life, but at the same time, you still have to be patient. I feel like there's also going to be an opportunity for you to build and establish some sort of security for yourself. All right, so that is all that I have for you guys. Hopefully some things resonated. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.